Ah, shit! Also, I'm a little blurry tonight, and I apologize, guys. Found out. Actually, I need to turn my. Need to charge that for a little bit while I'm streaming. I found out that my camera's not working right, so I got to figure that out. But for now, we'll just make it work. I'll just be a little bit blurry on stream tonight. How's everyone doing out there? How's every old damn thing? Guess while we're farting around getting this started, I'll just do some dailies real quick, get all this normal weekly shit out of the way. Can't even get good what it is, man. Toxic what it is, man. How y'all doing tonight? Alright, let's see. Yep, we'll just do our weekly shit. Full disclosure, I'd fully intend to start this at 9, but the wife asked for some coverage. She's been with the kids all day while I did some other work, so had to help out. Had to be an adult. And real quick while this is going, I need to find my charge cable. I just realized my mouse is going to die, and I need that here in just a few minutes. I think I know right where that's at, so give me a second here, y'all. There we are. Boom! Nice part about brand new equipment is everything is still well within reach and the packaging is all right here. Because I'm too lazy to clean it up. Blame Steven anyway? I agree. Blame Steven. When in doubt, blame Steven. At all times, just blame Steven. In fact, whenever Steven's not to blame, reassess the whole situation and blame him anyway. Could be better if I knew where my consoles were taken to. What consoles? What are you talking about? Did something happen? That, unfortunately, I know that feel a bit too well. Actually, the funny part is I've been on the lookout. I've been trying to reacquire a Neo Geo. And anyways, whatever. I've been trying to reacquire a Neo Geo for a while, but it's just hasn't been in the cards. And I was at a store last week when we were in Florida, and they had a Neo Geo marked for $300, and I was like, in box and everything, and I was like, there's no fucking way this is real. My PS2, PS3, and Xbox One consoles were removed from my room. Ooh, daddy no like. I would lose my shit. There we go. I don't know why I had to plug my USB in 4 times, but whatever. Yeah, I had I think I've told the story on stream before, but I used to have a Neo Geo. I had the cartridge and the CD system, but the cartridge one is a really hard one to come by right now. CDs, it's just pretty standard. Like, you can find them all over the place. But I actually had my cartridge system in the full box and everything. And it was the US spec one, which is oddly hard to find. Did you buy it? I'll get to that. And then I had my Atari Jaguar with the CD attachment. What else was in there? Like 300 NES games. It was one of those big 50-gallon storage containers. And somebody broke into my storage facility, and because it was right in the front, because as you can imagine, a 50-gallon storage container is pretty heavy, so I didn't really want to slide it in the back or anything, and I didn't want a lot of shit laying on top of it. So I deliberately left it in the front, thinking in my infinite wisdom that, number one, our storage facility was inside. It was in one of those temperature-controlled things. Number two, it's 50 fucking gallons. It's like huge. Like, I could not lift this thing by myself. And then one night there was a break-in over there, and they managed to get into our locker. By the way, Buffalo locks are far from impenetrable, as we found out. And they only got away with one tote in ours, but it was that one. And I highly doubt they know what they got their hands on, because those Those are some. They're common enough, but to the average, for the average person, they're probably he probably hawked him at a local pawn shop and had no clue what he really had. But right now, I think those consoles are going for like $2,000. I know they're around the house somewhere, but because I lost my temper during a demo, oh yeah, I won't be playing any games on any of my consoles anytime. Yeah, oh, I hate to say fair enough, but yeah, I kind of get that. Yep. Unfortunately, I know those feelings a bit too well. Unfortunately, I'm the one who has to banish people from the video games now, which unfortunately means when I banish someone from the video games, then I don't get to play the video games, so it's like double punishment. Like, when I was a kid, if I was banned for the video game, whatever, I was banned for the video game. It didn't hurt anybody's feelings. Nobody played it but me. And then when my brother got old enough, he actually broke the console, and my parents were like, well, we're not buying another one, so GG. And it's like, okay, great. So, yeah, no. Yeah, if I put the video game up, that means I don't get to play it either. So it's double punishment. It's like, you be good and I won't punish you and we'll both be happy. How's that fucking work out? Bought some freeze-dried Skittles off Amazon. Did you just come in my chat and say some freeze-dried Skittles? Freeze-dried Skittles. I'm intrigued and disturbed. No. Anyway, getting back on the conversation now that my brain is just completely shit the bed. So I've been looking for a replacement, and they had a bunch of really cool stuff. They had an old, if anybody really is old enough to remember when Blockbuster rented out consoles, those black cases that they all came in, somebody had one of those with the Dreamcast, and I was like, ooh. My Dreamcast never came with a box. I got one of those demo units that they were supposed to destroy. And our place was like, yeah, we're not destroying that, but you definitely can't go in line with it. So, just do everyone a favor here and never install the modem module. And, no serial numbers, no service, but $100 you have it. And I was like, fuck yeah, cash, let's go. They're good? No, what? I'm just going to ignore that conversation. I'm just going to pretend like that conversation is not happening. So I was in this really badass weeb / gaming store, and they had what looked to me like a Neo Geo. At first, same box, same everything, and I was like, but it was a little bit smaller of a box. Like the original Neo Geo box was like fucking this big. It was like the size of your whole desk for no reason whatsoever. And I mean, I guess when you're spending, I think back in the 90s it was like $400 or something for the console. And I guess when you're spending $400 on a console, you want a big ass box, even though the console's like that big. So, I mean, the console was actually pretty big. It was like slightly bigger than the Genesis. But the cartridges were huge too. Like everything about this console was just made unnecessarily large for no reason. It was like the Atari Lynx of set top consoles. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look that thing up. It was the first handheld that you could actually use as a self-defense device because it weighed as much as dark matter and was twice as large. I mean, you could use this as a battering ram. Only gaming allowed to do until then is through my Android phone, so it's also less. Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. So up on top of the shelf, they had a Neo Geo, and it was the gold box and everything. And I was like, holy shit, this is $300. I didn't pay attention. So I called the guy over, and I'm like, what's the story with this Neo Geo? And the guy's like, oh, that's the Neo Geo X. And I was like, strange, I've never heard of this. And you'd think that's something I would be privy to. And he's like, yeah, it was released in 2012, which actually makes sense. It was the year we bought our house, and we were dirt poor after we bought the house. So gaming was the last thing on my mind at that point. And so I was like, well, give me a little bit of information on it. And he's like, well, what this thing is, and I'll go ahead and finish my MVP 17s while we're bullshitting around here. And then we'll actually get down to the actual gaming. But he's like, essentially what it is it's the Switch before the Switch was the Switch. Imagine the Switch was released in 2012 by Capcom. He's like, that is, for all intents and purposes, what this is. And I was like, that sounds amazing. He's like, and it's not. I was like, oh. Well, it sounds amazing. But it is. It's a handheld device. It's got a dock and everything. It literally is like the Switch made about 5 years before the Switch was released. So it has all the issues you would expect from a device that was essentially the prototype for the Switch. Screens break easily. The dock doesn't work very well. It's loaded with a handful of games. It's easy to mod, but if you want to keep it in pristine condition, you have just like a handful of games. Any excess games come on a legitimate SD card, which doesn't read right. Like, it's apparently just, you know, an overhyped Switch with less capabilities. And so he's like, yeah, he's like, we're asking 300. He's like, most sellers on eBay are asking 400. He's like, but I'll be honest, it's not even worth that. I think we paid $100 on Amazon for it, and we just, every time the price goes up, we just nick it up. I was like, okay, well, like, I'm really interested in this thing, and I'm really tempted to buy it. And the dude sat there and talked me out of it. Now that I'm home, and I've been looking at prices on it, I'm like, I can't find one for less than $500. And I'm really tempted to call them and be like, just ship it here. Like, I'll pay for shipping, all that shit. I just want this system. But realistically, I've got to save my money because I've got a big purchase coming up next month that I've got to save everything for. So, is this looping the same song over and over again? There we go. Yeah. So, that was almost a purchase, but I talked myself out of it. I am trying to work on my console collection. We're going to be getting a PS5 here shortly. We keep, every time I mean, they're plentiful now, but every time we're about to buy one, we talk ourselves out of it and do something else instead. So I'm just going to break down and do it soon. We've got all the PlayStations with the exception of the PlayStation 3. Once again, around that generation, we weren't playing any games. We downsized our lives for like almost a decade just to buy this house and to get where we're at. A small price to pay. A lot of quality games there, so we'll just go pick those up before they start skyrocketing in price. Hey, Iggy, what is this, man? How you doing tonight? So that's what I'm doing. In the other room, I actually had started, I never finished, but I had started building a shelving system where I could have, like, literally, here's all my Nintendo games, here's all my Sega games, here's all my, Sony consoles, here's all my, well, I don't have a lot of Xbox consoles just because I don't like supporting Microsoft for what they did to me, but it's a rant for a whole other time. We did that the other night. And then I would have, like, this amazing setup where it, here's all my retro shit, here's all my Ataris, and require my Jaguar and stuff. Would buy a PS5 if someone was selling it for $350. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait about 10 years on that one. I say 10 years. It shocked me the other day. Someone hit me with a fact, and they're like, by the way, the PlayStation 5 is like 3 years old. I think it's actually 2 years old, 2.5 years old, but still, it's like, damn. What is your thoughts on the new Forza Motorsports campaign is going to be RPG? I've always loved Forza. Forza was the one reason that I bought a 360. Forza was what broke my original Xbox. I love the franchise. I am a huge fan of racing games, and especially things that are closer to simulation. If you guys, a while back, it was actually Masako X was posting a bunch of simulation stuff. He built a, it's old as fuck. It's shocking. But also remember, it came out at a time when no one could get any hardware, so they were really, really, really hard to come by. Plus, a lot of games aren't exclusive to it and haven't been exclusive to it. Yeah, shocking. It blew my mind. So, I was looking for a while at building a simulator rig. And I still think that'd be super fun. But right now, I just have to put my money somewhere else. The VR studio has gone on the back burner. That's gone on the back burner. A bunch of other stuff has gone on the back burner. Just so I could basically revitalize my two like rogue YouTube channels. I'm still working on the Pokemon channel. I'm still working on this channel. In fact, when Danmachi Memoria Freeze goes belly up, let's say goes belly up. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do because that game is going to sunset within the next year. We still don't have a date for the sunset, but we do know no new content's coming out after the anniversary event, which is going to last until September. So once that's done, I really have very few reasons to like produce any new content on that game. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to start producing more content on Dokkan and Konosuba. Because these are the two games that everyone just really clung to and really love. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be replacing my mainstream game with probably Dokkan, to be honest. Basically going back to doing mostly Dokkan content. Which, that's what started the channel. It would be a really good way to kind of go full circle with the content. But that does mean where, every day where I'd be producing, that is my primary. I hate to admit, but that was always the primary on the channel. It's the one that got the most views. It's one that did the best. I'd probably start doing that for Dokkan. So, that's kind of where we're at right now. So, that's kind of like a big challenge for me because that means I kind of got to get back on the grind with this game. I've been so slacking. Now, the good news is, the one thing I love about I hate to say putting this game on the back burner, but it kind of was the case, shamefully. I have a lot of farmable stuff. But I guess the game will end up being, as long as it still makes money, there's no path for 7th anniversary. There's 0 paths for the 7th anniversary. Any tips on Dokkan, Whale? There's a lot of, so the thing is, there's a lot of events out right now that are longer events and meant to like just go on for turn after turn after turn after turn. And it's really like an endurance test. So the main thing right now is focus on units that that stack defense and have guard. That's really the best way to handle it. That offense really is secondary to defense. I have played Legends. I wasn't a big fan of Legends. I actually have a Day 1 Legends account. I haven't logged in God knows how long. So I actually participated in Legends beta, funny enough. I loved the beta. The beta was stupid fun. But also, when focus on free-to-play units, come on. Free-to-play in this game? Come on. When Legends came out, I took the weekend off. I literally sent the fam down to the in-laws, and I said, "This is gonna be my baby all weekend. I'm gonna know this game inside and out." And I sat down and I learned the game. And I played it, and really just kind of got a good feel for the game. Enjoyed the shit out of it, and then when it dropped, I went all in. But the problem is, when the game first dropped, I remember you tried logging into Legends, your phone was like, nope. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think the new Danmachi game is going to kind of go that way. I hate to say. I think we're going to have to wait and see what the next game is like. But we'll see. But when I got into Legends, the problem was to have any fun with the PvP, you literally had to no-life the game. And for me, I don't have the time to do that. Like, I did it the one weekend as a special thing for the beta because, it was a beta. Like, I want to treat it with respect and play it like you would play a beta. But ultimately, the biggest issue was when all was said and done, when the beta was over and all that, so, you're actually like live in the game. If you don't, or at least at that point, they've said things have been made easier over time now. But if you don't know life there at the time, if you didn't know life the game, you weren't getting the upgrades you needed to even have fun in PvP. Not just be competitive, just to have fun. We did a few PvP matches like on stream, and I was just miserable. I was not having a good time. And I love Dragon Ball as a property. I mean, Dragon Ball is like the OG. It's the one everybody knows. But I'm not going to play a game or struggle through a game just because I like the property. I need to also enjoy the game. And I didn't enjoy the game, so I dropped it. That's just how it is. That's like with My Hero Academia. We started playing Strongest Hero. I think I played that for like 2 weeks. It was like, this is stupid. Get rid of that shit. And then when Ultra Impact came out, I actually still play Ultra Impact, but I don't cover it just because it is kind of a whale trap. In fact, they just released Lady Nagant in the game. For anybody who knows that character, one of my absolute favorites. I own Emoza Nagant. I love the character. She's super cool for as short-lived as she was in the series. And I was like, I'm going all in for Lady Nagant. Fucking ditched me. Old girl will not drop at all. Period. I go over to Konosuba, and the first two multis on each one are like banner units. Damachi, I've almost MLB'd the units. Dokkan, I get all the anniversary units within like 300 stones. I say that, but it's like these games love me. That game did not love me. Was not having fun playing it, so I just it'll be hard pressed to find the free to play. Oh yeah, no. It's so the thing you have to understand about Damachi is unlike Dokkan, when you go to summon, imagine. So the best way I can word this is imagine when you go to summon on Dokkan, Toxic Insomniac, what it is, man. When you go to summon on Dokkan, imagine if the new mainline unit was guaranteed to drop. And I'm not joking. The end of your first multi, the frontline unit is guaranteed to drop. Now, admittedly, there's 2 or 3 per banner over there. But, yeah, not the general pool unit. The main line, the brand new unit. Imagine if that unit was guaranteed to drop in your first multi. That is what that game is like. That is one of the reasons that I really got into the game. Because free-to-play life, oh my god. And then I fell in love with the series. But it's really set the bar for what free-to-play gaming is. If it wasn't for the fact that I was getting sore and tired throughout consecutive days from going on... Oh, yeah. No, man, I get it, dude. I get it. I worked third shift for 2 years. And trust me, there were days where my family hated... Well, say my kids weren't around at the time. My wife was like, you are being a grumpy piece of shit. Go to your room. That's where I wanted to be anyway, so I went to my room. You just need one more copy of Eyes? Nice. Yeah, when I tell Dokkan players that, people that have never played anything outside of Dokkan, that's always my thing. It's like, hey, what if I told you? What if you logged into Dokkan and every single time there's a new banner, you're guaranteed to get one of those in the first multi? They're like, there's no way. And I'm like, but that's what this game does. Now, the downside is, unless you max the unit out, it's, I won't say useless, but practically useless in any real combat. Unlike here, where a 55% unit is still very, very viable. But still, like, it's just from a raw numbers game, like, it's very, like, rewarding. I'll be starting my candle business this week. Do it! Are all the molds coming from Bad Dragon? Just saying. Part candle, part... They don't say mixed business and pleasure, but hear me out. Not always a bad thing. Ask any YouTuber. Got an MLB bet. He's pretty good. I haven't messed with any of the units. I really need to. The biggest focus for me this week, ever since the anniversary has dropped, has really been getting the summon videos edited up and getting that Pokemon video I dropped earlier today out. That Pokemon video, man, that thing has been a royal pain in my ass all week. I no longer have a bank account that I can use since... Yeah, we talked about that last time. Dude, I feel for you, man. It happens, dude. I had... it was years and years ago. But before, like, you know, all the scams and all that stuff were commonplace, someone... I say hacked. Someone got a hold of my bank account information... and racked up like a massive debt. And then the bank came after me for it. Ready for my audition? No. So, Spectre, hear me out about that couch. Just saying. Have a seat. Look into the camera. And repeat after me. I am only 18. My 18th birthday was yesterday. You're ready for you will pass your audition with flying colors. Just saying. Look, if your hair's as long as mine, just put it in like little, you know, pigs, and then of course I'd have to shave the beard. Of course, knowing how freaky dudes get nowadays, like just braid the beard. Like, yep. I am a dwarf. Mamma mia. Someone made a fake account of a relative I know? Yep. I feel you, man. It fucked my shit up really bad for a long time. So, unfortunately, I feel you. But, you know, if there's anything... If there's one thing I can tell you, and it's so cliche to say, but it is true, like, shit will be bad... But shit being bad, shit being bad is what's going to prepare you for like the good times ahead. It sucks, but I went through some shit in my days, and as good as life has gotten, it's really just taught me to, number one, appreciate the good shit when it's here. Number two, how to avoid the bad shit, and that's something not a lot of people know. Just say Inspector. I would have rather been... Yeah... I wouldn't go that far. I get it, but I wouldn't... a whole different animal. I have MLB 3 of the first 4 already. Damn, son! When I went back and re-edited my summons... The second set of summons were nowhere near as exciting as the first set. So I need to... I've got some work ahead. I'm probably going to have to hit the whale bundles or something. Now the good news is... Very good news is... I think I'm still just one away from MLBing... MLBing... fucking brain. Loki. So... Hit her banner, I'm done. I might even overpull. I am honestly tempted to just overdraw tomorrow night, but we'll see. On my 11 4-star draw, I got like 7 old units. Yup. I haven't done that thing yet. I think I'm going to drop that video tomorrow, but I'll have to see. I haven't even finished the prior story yet, so... probably what I'll do is I'll drop that on Monday, and I'll drop the rest of the story tomorrow. I think tonight after the group stream, which should be starting here in another half hour, then I'll probably just record the rest of that and call it. My day could have been better if it weren't for... Yeah. No, I feel you, dude. Once again, though, shit will be bad. But I kind of... I feel like I got most of my bad shit out of the way and done with early. So, hoping it's the same way for you, man. Because, once again, I have been as far down and out as I really would really hope to be. And I've come back from it amazingly, and it's taught me so much about basically how to live my life, but how to make the most of the life you're given. Sounds so cliche, sounds so like fucking Tony Danza, but I truly believe it. Loki Riverian bet, only eyes is left. Nice. A lot of story grind, but I'm lazy. Yeah. Oh, dude. I've got so much of the, like, just unfinished story stuff in Konosuba, but I'm lazy as fuck, too. I am stupid lazy when it comes to that kind of shit. But once again, I have, 3 gacha games that I cover on this channel, plus now 3 active Pokemon games, and the car channel, and the hobby channel, which neither one of those 2 have been updated this month that I really need to get to. I stay busy. Easier said than done. Yeah. It took me a long time to learn how to curb my temper. It's gotten me into a lot of... So I'll go ahead and say it. I have been in legal trouble recently because of my temper. Here, let's just do some general grinding. Well, actually, let's run an event, and I can tell you guys a fun little story about your old boy, since it's oversharing time. What are we going to do here? Let's do... What do you guys want to do? You want to do a red zone or an ESBR? Red zone or ESBR? How are you able to manage all that? I'm not. That's the problem. But I'm working on it. I'm working on a management strategy that's going to help me streamline all of it. ESBR, red zone. Well, Kenny, since you're having a rough day, we'll do some ESBR. Which ESBR we're going to run? I'm not doing Team Bardock only because I don't have their Easy A's done. And I really don't want to fuck around doing all their Easy A's. Revenge, Exploding Rage. Ooh, Final Trump card would be fun. Youth only, Vegeta family only might be fun. How is Goku family not done? That would be easy. Universe 6 only. Let's see. We got androids only. Got some of the old ones. Exploding Rage. Okay. Let's see if we can do that one. That's a newer one. That one might be tough. I suffered a near-life event. Motherfucker left the house, was like, oh, shit, what am I doing? All right. Sorry. I had to. All right, so let's go Exploding Rage. I see what you did there, by the way. And... now, let's put together a team. Let's see. Superheroes and Hybrid Saiyans. Bond of Parent and Child or movie heroes. I wonder if we could do that. Movie heroes or Hybrid Saiyans. So these 2 are Hybrid Saiyans. And they would have Bond of Parent and Child. Would they? So, Bond of Parent and Child or movie heroes. So, this one's going to have movie heroes, isn't he? Yep. So, those 3 would do well together. How was your day? My day was actually really good today. I appreciate you asking. How was your day? You have the grind with the 1 car. when I said RPG is going to take forever? What? What are you talking about? I'm confused. All right. So superheroes. Superheroes is going to be the hard one to fill. Do we have two more? Let's see. Hybrid Saiyans probably. What do we have for superheroes? Ooh, are the Gammas? No, the Gammas won't have exploding rage though. Shit. Did I choose poorly? Not Super Saiyans, superheroes. And that's an interesting one. So let's see here. This one doesn't have bond of parent and child, but we do have superheroes. Let's get rid of superheroes and do movie heroes. Okay. But then it's not Hybrid Saiyans. Ooh. The new Forza Motorsport campaign? You have to grind one car? That still sounds awesome, man. I'll be honest. Yep, a Dokkan stream. So these are all Gohan cards. So let's do this. He'll be crap. Damn. What does he get? Let's see. Raises attack and defense. Or extreme class enemies attack and defense down 20%. High chance of evading enemies attack. With attacking extreme class allies attack plus 120%. Realm of Gods plus 15%. Raises attack and defense by 50% for 3 turns, so he'll stack. I think he'll do okay. Put Birdcoo on the team. Is he gonna? But he's not gonna be supported, right? Isn't this the one, the Birdcoo? Or is that, which one's Birdcoo? Who would we put here? I'm really at a loss now. He doesn't have an easy A. Is he any good? Let's see. Raise defense by 30% for 6 turns wouldn't be bad. Reduces damage by 40%. Raises attack and defense by 120%. Less HP remaining, the greater the stat boost. William, with all the reboots in movies industry, we need Dragon Ball Evolution 3. No. I swear to God. Do not forsake us with that demon. Farmer with a shotgun. Yeah, I don't think the Tech Eller Goku is going to be supported, though. He's not a superhero, technically. And he's not... Yeah, I thought that was Broku. He's not a superhero, and he's not a Hybrid Saiyan, so he's not going to be led by Gohan. Now, we could do a powerful comeback team, but how many people are on powerful comeback? Actually, good call. We'll lead him. Yeah, good call. Good call. Because then they're all on powerful comebacks, so that's going to work out gloriously. And then who's going to be our last unit? Do we have anybody that has guard? Janemba, our one and only villain on the team, though he's not going to link up worth a shit. Super attack, raises defense. So Super Saiyan Goku versus Super Saiyan Goku. I could float them on different sides of the team. Raises defense, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Raises attack, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. We could do that. We're technically getting I just saw the trailer for the live action One Piece. No, pass. No, pass. No, hell no. Oh, man, I could run him. Yeah. 6 of one, half dozen the other. This one's just guaranteed to be 200%. That I think will work. Attack Ultimate Gohan won't work in this team, will he? But this, I think, actually will. So let's change up our items. And... what's our final item here? I think that'll work. Support memories. I haven't leveled up my support memories, but whatever. We'll do that. I think that'll work. Let's see what happens here. We might get smacked around a little bit. They should make live actions of anime at death. Wait, what? Death? Are you talking about Death Parade? But I'll pull either of the LR Dokkan Fest headliners, which then I want to at least pull either of the Gammas so I can buy the other one. Fair enough. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure how deep I'm gonna go on the anniversary. I'm not crazy hyped about the anniversary itself. What I'm really hyped for is the worldwide celebration. Because I think Dokkan's made a lot of really bad decisions this year, and if they don't pull out all the stops for the worldwide celebration, I just don't foresee it going beautifully for them. But we'll see. Okay, this already isn't promising. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop a Whis item just to be safe because I really don't think we have enough defense. We'll do that to fill in some of the blanks. That'll work. And I think all that's a very good start. Let's see how that do. Now, the downside is it looks like we're going to have a bunch of Gohans next turn, and I don't think a lot of them are going to link up, so we'll have to be really careful about how we do that. Nice! Dodge like a mother. The live action cast should be tried at the... Yeah. I 100% agree. Has anybody actually watched the trailer for the live action One Piece? It looks like they tried. Sort of. Like the scene where Shanks gets his arm taken off by the Sea King. That scene looks amazing. But the guy that got playing Luffy is, number one, way too old. Number two, I hate his voice and his accent. Number three, all the CGI effects on like the stretchiness just look really bad. Like, and I get he's supposed to look like rubber, right? It's supposed to have like rubberized flesh. Except if you really read, I think if the series is caught up. Has the series caught up with the Joy Boy reveal? I think so. I think it has. Technically, it's not a rubber fruit. It's probably going to be all right or mid. I think it's going to be pretty bad. I know people use the term mid for bad, but no. Mid is not bad. Bad is bad. All right, so we'll do that. Actually, he's got all his links linked up like that. That changed nothing, so we're going to do that. Yeah. And that. And yeah, that. Let's go. The only downside if Piccolo isn't taken out, then Gohan's in for a ride. But we'll see how this goes down. I may have overthought this event. Or it could just be the fact this team is fucking insane. Because we have got some monsters on this team. Oh, so I'll go ahead and admit it. Since we're doing the Exploding Rage, I was going to tell Kenny the story. I shouldn't admit this. I am such a terrible person. But there is an ATM for my bank. It's the only ATM within driving distance. Everything else is just way too fucking far away. But there's a reason that I use this bank. Is because it's really hard to get to. And when it comes to saving money, I could just put money in the bank and not worry about it and never have to touch it. Don't do it, lawyers watching. It's fine. Statute of limitations has expired. And anyway, I've already gotten in my legal trouble. So, I was at a stoplight. And I'm like 2 cars back from the light. And I'm just chilling. I'm not thinking anything of it. And dude, what it is, man. And this dude. So I'm in the right-hand lane, right? So like I'm as far right as you can legally be when traveling, but I'm stopped at a red light. This motherfucker comes just ripping around me, probably doing 40, 50 miles an hour on like this big Harley thing. And just flies through the intersection, fucking like he like has a death wish. And, you know, I'm like, okay. Well, you survived the intersection. Congratulations. And so I get over to the bank and I get out of the car and I realize this motherfucker like rolls up. And I'm like, okay, so he clearly did something else and then came back to the bank. Whatever. So I'm just like calmly walk into the bank, and I go to pull my fucking my money out, and this asshole is like over my shoulder, like, and I'm like, I can't help myself. I just turn around and I'm like, do you mind, Captain Neanderthal? And he, clearly that makes friends. And he's like, the fuck did you say to me? And I'm like, well, first of all, the fuck did you smell to me? Back up. I shouldn't be able to tell what you had for lunch. Second of all, that dumbass maneuver you did out there at the light really got you ahead of the line, didn't it? Since you're now fucking behind me again. So, back the fuck up. Shut your mouth. I don't want to. I don't hear you, and I sure as shit don't want to smell you. Let me get my fucking job done, and stop being a nuisance to America. And the dude's like, "Boy, what the fuck did you say?" And I turn around and I fucking like grab him by the shirt collar, and I'm like, "You're on camera, dipshit. And now you've assaulted somebody. I will wipe you the fuck out and be fully in my legal right to do so." So a fist fight naturally ensues. And the cops are called. And this guy's like, he attacked me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we got the security footage. So, yeah. While I was legally in the right, it's not fun having to, like, explain to somebody why you're a hothead. Be like, well, you see, Your Honor, I'm just a very angry human being, and I don't like dealing with fucking bullies. I kicked his ass. He was like 4 times my size. No, I put him in his place, and then I walked away. I literally put him in his place. I pulled my money out of the ATM, and brazenly, with this fucking dude 4 times my size, like, you know, like, probably 6 inches taller than me because I'm short, and like, 3 times my girth, I pull my money out in my pocket and walk the fuck away. There was no need for me to, like, kick the dude's ass. He would have a heart attack and I'd get fucking arrested. No, I put him on the floor and I said, stop it. It's like, I put him on the ground and I said, you will stop. Act like a fucking adult. And then I acted like a child. In hindsight, I realize I'm an idiot. I am not a smart man. And it got me in a lot of legal trouble. And I wasn't allowed to go to that ATM for a year. But it was really good for my savings account. I wasn't able to touch my savings account for a year. It's not win or lose. It's the... I live in a state where people openly carry guns. So that was already stupid. Number 2, yes, I was fully in my legal right. But legal right, as it turns out, is a full matter of whose lawyer is willing to be the sleaziest dirtbag. Did you at least get a hit on it? Oh, yeah, no, I knock his ass down. I always make sure they're on the floor. It's not my first rodeo. When they go to the floor, that's when you go, yes, I've now dominated you, and you're lucky I'm not pissing on you. Shut up, Spooter. So the thing is, there's a good side and a bad side to this. Number 1, the good side is when I was a kid, I used to get bullied a lot. So my parents put me into karate. Now, it was shitty American karate, and whenever we went to tournaments, we got our asses beat. So I learned at a very young age that you fight dirty, but you fight dirty within the confines of the rules. They stopped letting me go to tournaments. They're like, yes, you did the thing, but you didn't maintain your form. Like, He did it. No, you be the bigger man. I'm like, I was.
You're the father.
He went to the ground. I was still standing.
Spiders. Thousands of spiders.
What it is, Spooter? So yeah, I stopped getting invited to tournaments. Once again, all these things not very smart. But at the end of the day, intelligence is only worth so much. I got distracted. I was in the middle of doing this thing. Yeah. Mostly the bad side, but have difficulty seeing the good side, positive. Yeah, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. When I was 17 years old, I hospitalized a kid, and I got suspended for school. Got completely suspended from school. I had to finish up. Basically, I had to finish up that year in night school and summer school. You're a physical type of person when you should have been an int? Yes, very much so. Well, no. The problem is I have enough intelligence to sit there and look at a situation and go, this is how I'm going to do this. The problem is I'm a physical type of person, whereas I go into autopilot. And autopilot's had me in situations where I've had a guy's head in a door and about to slam it shut on the head and go, no, that's going to kill him. Don't do the thing. And then my brain goes, all right, I'm taking back over. You did the good. Back up now. And that's kind of that moment where you go, okay. Adrenaline has subsided. What are we doing now? And then the cops show up. So yeah, I get it, Kenny. I 100% get it. The thing is learning how to curb it, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Now, learning how to get away with it is much easier. Toon, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I don't think you have anything to worry. So I'll go ahead and I'll share another story. And this was probably like the depths of me being just done with people. Back 2008, 9, what was it? When we had the big gas crisis. I had a car that had a minor mechanical disadvantage, we'll call it. I have revival here. I think I'm going to use the revival. Let's keep that on rotation. Yeah. We can do this. We can 100% do this. So, essentially, my car's filling neck was on the opposite side of most people's. And so what I would do is I'd get in line backwards. And so I was in line backwards one morning, and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving to work. Everybody's pissed off. I've been waiting in line for gas for like 20 minutes. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. I haven't had my coffee, and I'm just in a bad mood. And the guy behind me, the guy at the pump had taken off, and I'm putting my car into reverse. And I drive nice cars. I always take very good care of my cars because I drive very nice automobiles. Well, not very nice, but what I think is a cool car. And so I see this guy, and I happen to see him out of my mirror come flying through the gas station like 30-something miles an hour, rips around everybody, rolls right into the pump, slams his brakes, comes to a stop inches from my bumper, jumps out of his car with the car still running, grabs the pump and shoves it into the gas filler neck. And I'm over here, I'm like, I have been waiting 20 minutes for this pump, and the gas station's going to run out of gas because it's the fuel crisis. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm just done. And I get out of my car, and the guy's like, what? Okay, I was just going to say something, but now I'm pissed off. So I walk over to him, and he's like, you got a problem? And I'm like, yeah, I got a fucking problem. What's your problem then? And I just socked him as hard as I could in the jaw. The problem is when you hit somebody in the jaw, their legs crumple. So he goes down face onto the side of the car, like face hits the fender, and then he just ragdolls on the ground. And it's that moment where your brain goes, camera, 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 camera. I should probably leave. So, I've told this story on stream before too, and I was just like, my brain just goes, I've not had my coffee, I'm not ready for this shit, I'm not dealing with it, and he's laying on the ground now, and he's not moving, and I'm like, well, he ain't dead. He might not be waking up for a minute, and I see like slowly, it's like that the moment where you see everything in slow motion, and everybody starts turning and looking at you. So I just walk over, I put a rag over my. my license plate as get back in my car like nothing happened. Just get out of line, just drive off down the road. And I did not go back to that gas station ever. Ever. So Kenny, I get it. I 100% get it. I was so busy derping, I completely forgot what we were fucking doing. This is bad. What are we doing? We are about to be stupid, I guess. Okay, so Goku, I clearly got his revival because I wasn't paying attention here. So I'm going to Princess Snake my way out of danger. And we're going to do that. And that? Yeah, that'll work. And Toon Robbie is super tech or super because right now must have been a crazy. Oh, dude, I've unfortunately done that more times than I probably should admit. Like I said, I understand having anger issues. The problem is like understanding how to deal with it. I have not had an outburst like that in a very long time. The one at the ATM was like the last one, and that was just because the guy was a total piece of shit, and was just, it was like, yeah, that moment where you're just irritated, and then someone's literally just trying to do nothing but piss you off. That was that. My autism keeps me from getting angry. That's a good thing. Oh no, I'm fun to hang out with. Just don't let somebody piss me off. That's it. So unfortunately, I got to end the stream, and I got to go set up for the group stream. I'm running late for that because we had the story time. I'll just say this: the it's time and place. So, like the time we were at the club and a knife fight broke out, that was the time to just go, okay, GTFO, get off the dance floor. Everybody's mad. And yeah, we're just like have your head about you and go. Nope, I don't need to be any part of this fucking place. I just we're out of here. We're just fucking off. Number 2, I always make sure I know the right people. So like when we go to conventions, when I used to go to that club, we always know the security people. I'm good friends with all the security. So if there is an issue, it's a very simple, like, defusing situation. And it never gets that bad unless it's just, like, mano a mano and somebody's just being, like, the end-all, be-all prick of the universe. I'm very chill most of the time. If you've seen me on streams, you know, like, I love to laugh. I love to have a really good time. But Kenny was sharing his story, and I can completely confess there are moments where my rage just absolutely overpowers my common sense. And a lot of it is just situational. Know how to curb it and know how to get yourself out of those problems. But unfortunately, there are situations where things happen. And then just... I get it. I understand. You just got to learn how to control your environment enough that you don't need to be in that situation. And that's like the main thing. Like with me, when I go to con, I know all the security people. I know who I can go to at any point in time if I'm just losing my mind and I'm getting pissed off. Said, this guy over here will get us to the elevators, and we're just out of dodge. If I, like the time the knife fight broke out, I knew the bouncer, so I was like, direct line, beeline over there. Here's the problem. I need to get the fuck out of here. And then we go. Yeah. So while those are outstanding situations of me losing my temper, it's always like a one-on-one, no way out, like fight or flight scenario. Other than that, it's just learning how to control your environment. And that's just curb your anger spasm pretty much. Yeah, just learning how to control your environment enough that you don't need to be put into that situation. But unfortunately, they will happen. And I understand. I, of all people, totally get it. You see me here, I love to smile, I love to laugh, I love to have a good time. But there are those underlying situations where bad things will happen, and it's learning to cope with that and understand that, and then ways that you can avoid, like for me and that ATM. It actually happened a second time, and that second time I curbed my anger, the other person did not, and because of that, unfortunately, it worked out a little bit better because it looked a little worse than it was. I was always in control, but I definitely wasn't in the same situation, I will say. I didn't walk away like bloody or bruised, but it did not go the way I had anticipated it to go, just because I did try to defuse the situation. But now I just know I just stay away from that ATM. I either go to my bank during business hours or I just don't go there at all. It's learning to control what you can control and avoiding at all costs the situations that will cause your anger to just go out of control. Anyway, life lessons from Bill. And funny stories about me being an angry piece of shit. But all that shit aside, appreciate you guys. I got to go set up for the other stream. I'm already running late over there. I told them 11 o'clock, and it's now 11:15. So, catch you guys in the next one. We'll be back tomorrow night with more Dokkan and all that.